We are live again. I'm trying this as a live show. I learned something completely new, which is how to do this. I'm kind of excited. Hopefully, y'all will join because honestly, I didn't get a very good I didn't do a very good job following this race today. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. So, our Roku isn't working. Like, it's not even coming up on the TV. So that was out. All I had was MRN, and y'all know from my other videos, I like to watch it on both the TV and listen to it on the radio. And I use the NASCAR app, and sometimes I even use social media. Talk about like overwhelming, right? But stage one, I was watching the Artemis um, re-enter the atmosphere, like the splashdown or whatever you want to call it. And stage two, I was talking to my sister, so I had nothing, not even the leaderboard. So y'all might have to help me come up with some like what actually happened today. I'm not even gonna lie. Well, there's one person here, but it doesn't tell me who you are. So hi, person. I wonder if it counts me. All right. Well, if you watched it, I'm just gonna talk like there's a bunch of people, like there was yesterday. And if you want to contribute, comment and tell me what I missed. So, like I said, stage one, I was watching the Artemis. But pre-race, y'all, like what the heck? That was the most I can't say the most interesting, but that was an interesting anthem. Like parts of it he was like super well for him, I'd say it was super high pitched. Parts of it he was like almost growling, like what in the world? It was weird. Um, but yeah. So I was right though, guys. Like I did properly or accurately predict the winner. I'm not terribly happy about it, but I said Christopher Bell was going to do it, and he did do it. So um, my interesting observation of the race was the last little portion, not the very last few laps, but towards the end there it was all CHs, the top four. It was, well, the top three, their first name started with CH, and then you have to switch to last name. But it was Christopher, Christian, and Chandler. I don't know why, but that struck me as funny. Um, Hi! Look at all y'all. Sweet. So, the only one that I know how to pronounce of y'all is Kirsten. The rest of you, and that could be pronouncing it wrong too, because it's voiceover and voiceover does weird things. If I could easily disconnect it from this earbud, I'd show you, but listen to my race predictions from yesterday if you want to see what that sounds like, because I forgot these and it was really loud. I think it was louder than me. Um, but what are you asking what happened about? Good evening. I don't remember who asked about how much I could see, but I can see light and dark. I can see shadows, colors, shapes, movement to some extent. So I can't see anything out of this eye. This eye has the vision, what I do have. Um, but yeah. So with the race, I was back to that. I got distracted. I get so easily distracted. Maybe lives is not a good idea. But like I said, I have no clue whatsoever what happened in stage 1 because I was watching the Artemis thing. That was pretty cool. Like I needed some audio description cuz I couldn't really like obviously it wasn't bright enough or anything to see what was happening on the TV screen, but I was listening to their conversations and it sounded cool. Like my dad said it looked like a giant ball that was being lowered with parachutes. So that was kind of interesting. Um, I want to know, I didn't know this was a thing that could happen. Like, I mean, admittedly, I don't know that much about space, but like, I didn't know that the rocket or whatever you want to call it, like, I didn't know it could bounce off the atmosphere. Like, I just thought it would enter and do the fiery thing and look cool from the ground. I didn't know it could bounce off. Like, what? I didn't know that was a thing. So that was interesting. I also have to ask ChatGPT about this later, or maybe just Google it, because I didn't know that like, I don't understand why they have to turn off all the power on the shuttle before they can rescue um, the astronauts, or I don't know why they're calling it a rescue. I guess that they're not really rescuing them. They're just getting them off the shuttle and onto the helicopters and then onto the boat. I guess that's all over now, but that's what they were doing before I started paying attention to the race. um, so who else feels bad for Corey Haim losing out on $500,000? I mean, seriously, like I kind of wish that he was racing for points in the series or not racing at all because I think it's kind of pointless to race without points, but whatever. I feel bad that he is not like it's done, it's over. There's no more chances to go for that $500,000. So that kind of sucks. um what else? I want to know what happened. If y'all watched, tell me what happened to Ty Majeski because he's one of my guys, and they never said on MRN. Oh, I'm sorry. It's not MRN anymore. We have to call it the NASCAR Racing Network. That makes me laugh because it's like saying ATM machine. Like you're literally being redundant. They clearly didn't know what their own acronym stood for when they came up with NASCAR Racing Network. I mean, it sounds nice, like it sounds good, and I don't know what else you would call it, but it makes me laugh. So, hello, welcome. Um, but yeah, so we have that randomness. See, I'm very random. Like, if y'all don't know yet, I'm really random with my commentary. So, I don't know what happened with Ty, but I would like to know. Um, I'm happy that Butterbean is improving. Like, I think this is his best finish yet so far, right? Like, I don't, I'm trying to think. I can't remember him finishing higher than 10th yet. In fact, I'm not even sure I remember him finishing on the lead lap before today. So I was happy about that. Um, what else? Honestly, like, how is it that I didn't hear about the pre-race inspection fire with Chase Briscoe until way later? Like, Shouldn't I have heard about that somewhere? Social media somewhere? Like, really? That's scary though. Like, I am glad that nobody got hurt in that fire because I'm like, when I have seen the inspection, when I've been at my local track gateway and they're doing the inspection, the last time I was there, there was enough fuel that you could on the ground, you could smell it along with I don't know what other chemicals you could smell, but there was a lot of stuff to catch fire, and I'm thinking that could make a big fire. Like, no. Like I don't know why they were I guess they didn't have a choice, but it seems like it would be dangerous to do something that could obviously cause sparks. I don't know what they were doing. I missed part of it. They were grinding something down on the car and it caused sparks that ignited the fuel, and that could have been a lot worse than what it was apparently. But there was that. Uh, what else happened today? Trying to remember what caused the big red flag, but like I said, I did really bad at paying attention. I was terrible. Um, at least they had the red flag though, because was it Martinsville or Vegas where they lost? I swear they lost the red flag. Like it was annoying. Or what? That wasn't just last week, was it? No, I don't know what race it was, but it was an Xfinity race, and I feel like an O'Reilly race, and I feel like they ran most of stage two under that yellow, and it was annoying. I realize that they have to do this for TV, but still, I don't know. I think I don't know what the answer is, but sometimes I feel like TV has too much control, and it's not really fair. Like, I don't know. Some people say they should do away with the stages, but honestly, in some of these races, if we didn't have stages, we'd end up with Jimmy Johnson in what was it, 2011 or 2012, where he had like a 13-second lead over the rest of the field, and it was boring. Like, I don't want that. Um, I don't know if completely getting rid of stages is the answer. I do think they should go away at road courses permanently. Some people say super speedways too, Daytona and Talladega. That's a possibility. I don't know. I don't know if I want them to go away completely because I do think that they break up the action if it's really boring and one guy is leading the entire thing, which can happen even with the stages, but I don't know. I like them. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't think I would, but I do most of the time, unless they lose the red flag and the caution lasts the entire stage. Uh, y'all are not very chatty. I was hoping y'all would be more chatty, but maybe there's nobody here. I'm afraid to scroll back to the top because I'm afraid I'll lose the whole chat thing. So I'm not looking to see who's watching. But um, I think the biggest surprise of this whole thing to me was the was it Christian that crashed Corey and in doing so took out Caden. I can't remember for sure how that went down. Okay, so this is another part of why I didn't follow well. No offense to him, he's a pretty cool dude from what I can see, but Ryan Priest does not make a good analyst for radio. He just doesn't. Like, Ross Chastain describes stuff really well. Like he adds good commentary. He talks about what he is actually seeing, and he doesn't do it in such a way that you're like, "Well, what are you talking about? What happened?" But um Ryan, like half the time he was talking and I was like, "Well, that's good information. Like it's interesting, but who and what are you talking about?" Maybe it's because I wasn't paying close attention. I admit to not doing that. But I was lost through most of this race. Like, I don't know. what happened most of the time. I was happy to see that the Cup guys didn't completely dominate like I thought they would. So that was good. I jokingly told my dad at one point when Kyle Busch was leading, I was like, "Hey, guess who's leading the race now for old time's sake?" Because he really hasn't led laps that much in O'Reilly or the trucks in recent years. I don't know how long it's been, but it's been a few. So it was kind of like, this is old times. Not necessarily good times, but old times. And without hesitating, he goes, Kyle Busch. And I was like, got it in one. So that's how often he used to do it if you didn't pay attention back in the day. I don't know how you couldn't pay attention, but part of my problem with this race today was all those cup guys, you guys. Like, I saw them on the entry list because I used to not look at the entry list because I knew that there would be at least one, probably. And I didn't want to know. Like, I was like, I'll just wait and be disappointed when they do the starting lineup. Okay, well, now that I do my predictions, I have to look because a lot of times, depending on who's in the race, it's kind of inevitable to say, oh, well, it's going to be one of these guys, like today with Christopher Bell. That was not obvious through the entire event, but it did happen and I wasn't wrong. So I have to look now at the entry list. Although there's a lot of guys that I don't know in the trucks this year. Like, I feel like it's been this way a lot for the last like 6, 7 years, but this year it's more, I feel like. Uh-oh, guys, I gotta sneeze. Hold on. I need a tissue. Um, Sorry about that. But I feel like there's a whole lot of guys in the field I don't know. And it makes me want to start like following other series of racing that I never paid attention to, like all the what I used to refer to as the lower series. Um, so I can learn who these guys are. But unfortunately, I can't afford to pay to watch them on Flow Racing. And I'm not sure how accessible Flow Racing is. I should probably try it out just to see. I don't know. If it's like the ARCA last week, it's not that it's not accessible. I was watching ARCA on the NASCAR channel on Tubi, so it was accessible, but it was not because it's just TV. They're assuming that I can see what's happening on the TV, so obviously I wasn't getting the full picture of that. But anyway, this is very much no truck series talk here tonight, y'all. I told you it would be terrible. There was something I wanted to mention about it, but I can't remember what it was. I was all ready to talk about it, and poof, it's gone right out of my brain. But anyway, nobody is talking. Where are you guys? There are 7 of you. Oh, it's not too bad. All right, well, I don't have anything else to say, so if y'all want to chime in with something, feel free to say something before I go. But if not, I will be back tomorrow with, I almost said Xfinity again. It's gonna take me forever to not call it that. Took me a lot of years to not call it nationwide. So it's gonna be a while. The O'Reilly race is tomorrow. I'm gonna have a very busy day. I got Lego Club. Yay, Legos. I got Lego Club in the afternoon, 1 to 3, and then I have the O'Reilly race, and then I will be back to do this show. At some point, maybe I'll treat you guys with a little sneak peek of me watching it and like yelling at the TV. Yeah, yep, I do it. Yep, I sure do. Sometimes I post what I yell at the TV on Facebook. Sometimes I don't, but you can look me up over there if you want to follow me, Amy Reagan, Ragain. You can subscribe to this channel if you want to watch these videos. I'm also on Instagram, Blind NASCAR Fan, and X, Blind NASCAR Fan. I don't really post much over there. I post a little bit more on X than Instagram. Instagram is literally just getting whatever posts to Facebook. If it's if Facebook approves it to go to Instagram, then it goes there. If not, they get nothing. But anyway, uh, that's pretty much all I got for you. Checking the chat one last time, see what we got. All right. Oops. Ah, I broke it. I can't get it to go back to the top. There we go. All right. This was my signature from years ago. I used to tilt my head like this. Bye, guys.